Good evening. My name is Laird. I teach high school English at Alta Vista Charter School. Unfortunately, she can't be here, but this is Kirsten Brown, my partner, and she teaches 5th grade reading at the Kaufman School. Kirsten and I met 2 years ago as Leading Educators Fellows as part of a 2-year fellowship for teacher leader development. In that time, we learned that there's great power in bringing great people, great leaders in our city into the same room together. This summer, Kirsten and I talked to over 30 school leaders, principals, vice principals, etc. And when we asked them, how is Kansas City doing at preparing people to lead our schools? We were surprised at one resounding answer. Essentially, the people leading our schools across the city feel like they are isolated in silos. So though Kirsten and I had experienced the power of being connected to other teachers across the city, essentially our schools are disconnected because their leaders are disconnected. One local charter school principal said, "I think at all levels, Kansas City has collaboration problems. There are pockets of greatness and there are no systems to share anything. I think that's the big gap in Kansas City." So what if the next step in closing the achievement gap in Kansas City looked like closing the silo gap? Because when you close the silo gap, you close the resource gap and the innovation gap and the retention gap. This is exactly what KCoRE, the Kansas City Collaborative for Reform in Education, does. KCoRE is the only inclusive collaborative to bring school leaders together across district, charter, private, state line boundaries to compound each other's expertise. KCoRE will bring leaders together primarily around 4 components. The first component are collaborative forums that are monthly gatherings that function as problem-solving communities, so that leaders can come and leave in that day with ideas and input on their actual immediate challenges. The second component will be these school learning visits, quarterly opportunities to highlight and learn from the great things happening in schools around our city. The third component is peer mentoring. This is the strategic matching of school leaders for ongoing support and feedback. And the last component is the Leader Connect portal, an online platform to efficiently allow leaders to connect with each other around their needs and their expertise. So the exponential impact of this can actually start small. We imagine that an ideal size for a problem-solving community, one problem-solving community, would be about 6 leaders coming together. If even 6 school leaders were coming together regularly, intentionally in this way, they would immediately be impacting over 2,000 Kansas City students. There's mounting research on this sort of collaborative thinking in education going on in our country right now, and several pilot projects that are transforming the face of education. Kansas City has the unique opportunity to create a model of a collaborative that other cities across the country could replicate in a time that we're moving away from the competitive thinking to the collaborative thinking in education reform. We've already brought some major players to the table around this solution, but we definitely need school leaders, at least 6, to run a pilot this fall. And for sure, sign up for one of 2 happy hours in August by going to our Facebook website or see me in the back. We would also love sponsors to donate food in kind to get behind school principals and leaders coming together around student achievement in this large scale way. And lastly, Kirsten and I are both going back into the classroom in a few weeks, and we're looking for a potential co-founder. If you can see any other way that you can play a role in this collaborative movement, please come talk to me or check us out on social media. Thank you very much.